Hello everyone, this is the Board Game Lawyer, and today I'm going to do a Marvel Champions unboxing. So Marvel Champions is a living card game from Fantasy Flight Games. So I just received in the mail the Sinister Motives campaign box, and I'm so looking forward to seeing what's inside. Now just a little heads up, we will be taking a look at most all of the cards today, so if you don't want spoilers, this is your opportunity to bail out. So here we are, Marvel Champions the card game, Sinister Motives Expansion. Let's see what's on the back. On the back side of the box, it reads, "This is our day, gentlemen, the day the Sinister Six reigns supreme. Dr. Octopus." It reads, "The giant 265 card expansion sends you and your friends through a grueling gauntlet battling a host of 10 iconic villains as you attempt to save the citizens of New York. Sinister Motives features 5 all-new interconnected scenarios, forging a legacy of fame and infamy that will challenge even the most skilled heroes. So many, with so many evil doers rallied against you, can you survive their sinister motives?" So there's 5 new scenarios featuring characters such as the Sandman, Dr. Octopus, Venom, and Mysterio. So you want to probably just look inside. So do I. So let's go ahead and do our unboxing now. Grab my little old-timer knife that I used to cut the plastic off of these. There we go. This is always the most nerve-wracking part. Removing the plastic from the box and from the packs without messing everything up. All right. Let's see how easy this box comes open. Not too bad. I've had worse. There we go. All right, let's look inside. Here's our rule book. Marvel Champions Sinister Motives Expansion. Ooh, there's some advertising inside as well for X-Men Mutant Insurrection. I never played this game before. Not even sure how fun it is. I'm expecting, since it was made by Fantasy Flight Games, it's got a level of fun to it because I enjoy many games from Fantasy Flight. All right, so there's the advertisement. Let's remove the cardboard here. Here's our little divider with all of our packs inside. Let's just kind of thumb through our campaign book just to look at some of the artwork. We won't necessarily read any of the rules today. We'll save that for another video. Wow. Sandman. One of my favorite villains. Looks like Venom. We'll see Venom in the game. Who else might we see? There's the Sinister Six. Just kind of thumbing through. And we got the Green Goblin in there, as well as Venom. And that's the artwork. And here is our reputation track and our campaign log, which we're used to using in previous campaigns. So there's our campaign book. Pretty typical. Looks like about the same size as many of the other ones that we've had. Let's take a look inside the box. Here's our packs. 2, 3. Sorry about the loud trucks outside. This is a busy time of the day on this corner here in Illinois. So we look at our Spiderman pack, and we got our Ghost Spider pack. We also have Guerrilla Tactics. We've got the Sinister Six, and we have the Sandman. I know the Sandman is early on in the campaign, as we saw there in the book. So let's take a look first at some of the hero packs. Let's see how easy these packs come open. Yeah, I'll do it over here so I don't cut myself. Like I said, this is always the most nerve-wracking part, is making sure that I don't booger up my cards whenever I'm opening them up. It's happened before. So here's Ghost Spider, one of our heroes in our box. A thwart of 1, attack of 2, a defense of 3. She's a web warrior. Dizzying reflexes. Response after you resolve an interrupt or response ability on an event. Ready ghost spider. Limit once per phase. Flip over, and that's our Gwen Stacy side. She's a civilian. Action. Choose to either shuffle Ticket to the Multiverse from your discard pile into your deck, or Ready George Stacy. So we'll look for those cards as we thumb through her deck today. We have the Ghost Kick. There's 3 copies of Ghost Kick in there. There is Parental Guidance. If you want to pause and read these, you can. Hopefully you can see them clearly here in the camera. Here's our Phantom Flip. It comes with 3 copies of that. Pirouette and Punch. 2 copies of that card in the deck. Web Binding. Requirement. Mental Resource. While paying for this card, spend the listed resources. A little bit limiting. It must be a powerful effect. There's George Stacy that was referenced on her card. Ticket to the Multiverse, also referenced on her card. Part of her kit. When we have a couple of web bracelets. Silk. Spider-Man. So we have protection allies here in our deck. Spider UK. Bait and Switch. We have 3 of those. Jump Flip. We have 3 of those in our deck. When you take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of that damage. If you paid for this card using an energy resource, remove 2 threat from the main scheme. That looks like a powerful ability. Return the Favor. We have 3 copies of that. What Doesn't Kill Me. 3 copies of that. A Spider-Man, who is a basic ally. Across the Spider-Verse. Young Love, and our Energy, Genius, and Strength cards. And here is extra cards, support, location Web Warrior. Ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has the Web Warrior trait. Response, after a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws 1 card. Web of Life and Destiny. We have Plan B. 3 of those. Here's her obligation. Worried Father. Give to the Gwen Stacy player. Search your deck, hand, discard pile, and play area for George Stacy and set him aside. Attach this obligation to him. Alter Ego action. Exhaust Gwen Stacy and remove this obligation from the game and add George Stacy to your hand. All right. Then we have Regenerative Research. This is our Ghost Spider Nemesis side scheme. The Lizard is the nemesis for Ghost Spider. And then we have some lizard cards here. Experimental Injection, In Cold Blood. Another copy of In Cold Blood. All right, so that's our first pack that we'll look at today. Let's take a look at our second pack, Spider-Man. Again, we'll carefully open that up. Don't want to get blood on the cards. My apologies. This one's being a little stubborn. All right, so here's our Spider-Man card. He has 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense. He's a champion Web Warrior. Venom Blast, special, deal 2 damage to an enemy, stun that enemy, love it. Spider Camouflage, special, give Spider-Man a tough status card, confuse an enemy. Our alter ego is Miles Morales. He reads response, after you change to this form, shuffle 1 Spider-Man card from your discard pile into your deck. 1 Spider-Man card from your discard pile into your deck. So we have Arachnobatics. He comes with 2 copies of that card. We have Double Life, 2 copies of that card. Max 1 per round, change your form. If you paid for this card using a physical resource, ready your identity. I love those cards that where you can change your form. Those are great. Swing In is another one. We have 2 copies of Swing In. We have Web Shot, 3 copies of that. Genki Lee, who is a support persona. Exhaust Genki Lee, draw 1 card. If you're in hero form, choose and discard 1 card from your hand. And we have another support, Jefferson Davis. Exhaust Jefferson Davis, remove 1 threat from the scheme with the least threat. The Power Within, Defense Mechanism, a couple web shooters, Monica Chang, Spider Woman, reduce the cost to play Spider Woman by 1 for each confused enemy in play. Homeland Intervention, we have 3 copies of that one. We have 3 copies of Global Logistics. It reads, exhaust 1 shield card you control. Look at the top 4 cards of a player deck or the encounter deck. Discard any number of those and put the others on top and or bottom of the deck in any order. Global Logistics, 3 copies of that one. We have a Field Agent, times 3. Familiar card, Surveillance Team, 2 copies of that. Here we have Agent 13, who is a shield spy. Sharon Carter. Thwart of 2 with a response. After Agent 13 attacks or thwarts, choose a shield support. Ready that support. Dum Dum Dugan. All right, good to see him in the game. We have Ghost Spider, Gwen Stacy. Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Another Young Love card. Saw that in our other deck. Of course, Energy, Genius, and Strength. Government Liaison will be an extra card here. Sky Destroyer, a shield vehicle. Support. Response, after you play a shield card, exhaust Sky Destroyer, deal 2 damage to an enemy. All right. Keeping Secrets is Spider-Man's obligation. Give to the Miles Morales player. You may flip to alter ego form, choose exhaust Miles Morales, remove Keeping Secrets from the game. Familiar type of obligation. Discard Genki Lee and Jefferson Davis from play. If neither was discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Discard this obligation. So that's interesting text, secondary text there. Then here is his Nemesis kit. Tracking Prey is our side scheme. The Prowler is our minion. Criminal Stalwart. When revealed, if you are in alter ego form, give Prowler a tough status card. I like that. And then here's his Razor Claws and Slice and Dice Treachery cards that make up his kit. So, we've taken a look at both Ghost Spider and Spider-Man. Let's take a look at the Sandman Kit. I'll pop it open next. I'll do that over here. If only those little tabs worked, where you can tear open the packs easily. Maybe y'all find better success with that than I do. All right, let's take a look at what we've got here. Here is our Sandman card. Like I said, I really like Sandman. So he's our villain. Sandman 1, 2, and 3. We also have a main scheme, 1A. Looks like there may just be one scheme. Yep, when the stage is completed, the players lose the game. We have City Streets, which is an environment. Sand Form, 2 copies of that. Some Sand Clones, looks like 4 copies of Sand Clones. X is equal to the number of sand counters on city streets. When defeated, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. So that must be our environment here. Yeah, it's probably something that comes out into play early on. Then we've got the Dirt Trap. A couple copies of those. Tidal Sands. We also have a Sand Slide. Sand Smash. And next up we have our Venom Kit. Alright, so there's 18 cards in the Sandman Kit. Venom has 14 cards in his kit. So here's Venom 1, 2, and 3. 1A, 1B. The bell tower is his environment. Makes sense. Now we're angry. 2 copies of that. Guard the bell tower. Treat the bell tower's printed text box as if it were blank. When revealed, remove each chime counter from the bell tower and flip to its quiet side. Looking forward to seeing how that works in the game. We have Lashing Out, another side scheme. Tooth and Nail. Biting Retort. There's a treachery card. 2 copies of that. 2 copies of For Whom the Bell Tolls. And now here's Mysterio. Mysterio kit is made up of 16 cards. So we got a Mysterio 1, 2, and 3. A couple of main scheme cards. Maze of Mirrors and Edge of Reality. Love it. And I also really like the Mysterio character. He's one of my favorites in the comics as well. Humongous Hallucinations. He is also a masterful mirage. Shifting Apparition. Let's see. Deja Vu. Peril. While you're resolving this card, other players cannot help you. When revealed, choose to either take 1 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. Shuffle Deja Vu into any player's deck. Oh, wow. Deja Vu. Fearmonger. Now here's Dr. Octopus. He's part of the Sinister Six kit. So that concludes all of Mysterio. I know I'm not taking time today to read all the cards, but hopefully there's a clear enough view of these cards that you can actually pause and read them if you like. So here's Dr. Octopus from the Sinister Six. Oh, we have Electro. That's interesting. Hobgoblin, Kraven the Hunter, Scorpion, and Vulture. So 6 villains. Makes sense in the Sinister Six kit. Dr. Rock, Electro, Hobgoblin, Kraven the Hunter, Scorpion, and Vulture. All classic characters of Spider-Man. So I enjoy that. And then we have the Sinister Synchronization, Sinister Beatdown, and Light at the End. So that takes us to card 9 of the 25. So we'll pick up by looking at the cards in this pack. Heightened Morale, card 10. I'll go ahead and open that up over here. Let's see how long this takes. Love that new card smell. I'm also anxious to get these in my dragon sleeves. That Dragon Shield sleeves. So Heightened Morale, we have a couple copies of that. Taunting Presence, 2 copies of that. We have the Team Leader. We have Take One for the Team. Brute Force Barricade. Frequent Flyers. High Fashion. That's funny. High Fashion. Kraven and Electro, love it. Robotic Enhancements. Very nice. Partnership of Pain. 3 copies of that, so we'll be seeing that often in our deck. When revealed, Alter Ego, the villain with the lowest activation order value, schemes with plus X scheme, where X is equal to the total scheme of all other villains in play. It'll be interesting to see how this works, the Sinister Six villains. So that ends the Sinister Six kit. And that leads us to number 5, which is Venom Goblin. 19 cards in his kit. He has a scheme of 2, an attack of 2. He has the steady ability. So we have 3 copies of Venom Goblin. Skies Over New York. Lower Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, Upper Manhattan. So we're flying all over New York City. In this one, we are one. Venom Goblin. Merging of the two. Symbiotic Berserker. 2 copies of that. Symbiotic Monstrosity. Symbiotic Thrall. We have some festering mass taking place here. Hopefully that's not anything you've ever had to deal with in your life. A festering mass. A Joyride. Spreading Panic. Panic in the Streets. So now we've reached our modular kits. So there's our 5 villain sets that are in this box. Let's see. Panic in the Streets. We have Rhino. He makes his comeback. Calling in Favors. Now or Never. And another Now or Never. That's the 5 cards in that modular. Next we have a modular entitled Down to Earth. So we have a Common Criminal. Another Common Criminal. Common Criminal. And these all have surge abilities on them. Friends and Family. That's an obligation. We have Volunteer Work. Threat or Menace. Treachery card. Loose Ends. And that is all 7 cards in the Down to Earth modular set. Artwork's great on these cards, by the way. I'm liking them a lot. Hope the camera does some justice to it. So now we're looking at some Goblin Gear. Ooh, interesting. We can go back to visit the Green Goblin with modulars. So we have Advanced Glider, Concussive Bombs, Incendiary Bombs, Smoke Bombs, Limitless Supply, and Remote Navigation. Liking the Goblin Gear. That's going to be a good addition to the game. I love it when we can revisit old kits with new modulars like that are thematic. Let's see what this one's called. This one's called Guerrilla Tactics, and that's the top card of the final pack there. So life-size decoy. That's funny. It's like a scarecrow Dr. Octopus. And we have a coordinated effort. Hidden in Shadows. And let's pop open our last pack here. Teamwork makes the dream work. Where have I heard that before? All right. I feel like I need to have adult supervision to open these packs. All right, so I'm looking through these and I'm seeing that there are some. All right, this must be campaign cards back here towards the end because they have different color backing on them. We'll set those aside for now. And interesting. Let's see what we got. So here's our Guerrilla Tactics, card 5 of 7. From Every Direction. Arm Cannon. This is Osborne technology. All right, more Green Goblin technology. That's exciting. Arm Cannon. Of course, that's the Hobgoblin in the picture there. Ionic Boots. All right, everybody needs a pair of those. Kinetic Armor. Ooh, I love these cards here. I love these attachments. Neocarbon Scales. All right. And then we have Spiked Gauntlet. Awesome. Love it. Tracking Display. I'm really excited to play with these cards. I love these technology cards. Can't wait. All right. Let's see what else we got. We have Induced Panic. This is a personal nightmare. Evil Doppelganger. 2 copies of that. Fool's Paradise. Ooh, look at that. Three different icons on that side scheme. That looks terrifying. We have Weakness from Within. Deepest Fears. 2 copies of that. We have a minion, Dr. Octopus. So this is another modular set, Sinister Assault. All right, so now we're going to put some of these villains in as a modular. So we have Dr. Octopus. That's exciting, and I love Electro. Again, these are all my favorite villains from the past. Sinister Assault, Kraven the Hunter, Scorpion, and Vulture. That's exciting to me. We have Symbiotic Strength. So now we're talking, we got some Venom modulars to kick in. All right, so we have Improvised Weapons, Violent Tendencies, Webbed Up. Oh, we're back to some Enraged Symbiotes. So we're using Venom, Agent Venom in this one. It sounds like this could be fun. Adding those. Swinging Assault. Unstable Sentence. That's what I'm used to using, if you can't tell. Delusion of Collusion. Say that 10 times fast. Delusion of Collusion. Now I'm going to say it twice because there's 2 copies in there. Manipulated Mind. Love the art. Old Grudge. For sure. Analysis Paralysis. So these are all part of Whispers of Paranoia is what makes up this kit here. So we had Symbiotic Strength. I inadvertently flipped over to another modular set, so that's Whispers of Paranoia. And that works very well apparently with Mysterio. Looking forward to see how that works out in the campaign. All right, so now we have some campaign cards. We have Bad Publicity. Spider-Man, of course, gets that often. Public Outcry, and also a Smear Campaign. Bad Publicity Smear Campaign. Back Alley Burglary. Never good to run upon one of those. Cat in a Tree. Ooh. Love cats. You probably know that by now. Maybe you've heard me mention that. I don't know. Cat in a Tree. Henchman Heist is our next card. Off the Rails. Another campaign card. Rumble Rescue. And Stitches. Snitches Get Stitches. Boy, heard that one before too. All right, so this is actually getting into Snitches Get Stitches is a 1 of 1. That's a campaign card as well. Looks like these are all campaign cards that we've dove into. Interested to see how these work in the game. Compact Darts, Impact Dampening Suit, Laser Goggles. We have Propulsion Gauntlet, Retinal Display, Shock Knuckles, Wave Bracers. We also have the Wrist Navigation, and here's some allies. We have Venom Ally, a basic Venom Ally, 3 attack, 2 thwart, 6 hit points, cost 4. And it has an icon on there on the card. Well, that'll make things interesting. Having a hazard icon on your card. And then we have the Symbiotic Suit, same thing. Hazard icons. And that's all of our cards. I told myself I'd try to keep this to about a half hour, this unboxing. I know we didn't go into a lot of depth here, but I just kind of wanted to get a glance at the cards before I throw them in the sleeves and start playing with them. And I just wanted to, if anyone wanted to come along for the ride, invite you as well. So thank you very much for watching this unboxing video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope this got you excited to want to go out and play this campaign. Just looking at some of the beautiful art and some of the text from these cards, it looks like it's going to be very fun. And I'm expecting that in coming weeks, I'll be doing some playthrough videos of this expansion. So feel free to like and subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see when those pop on YouTube. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, you can shoot me an email at boardgamelawyer@gmail.com. I would like to thank everyone for watching today, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to bring you another video again very soon.